Welcome to CompTIA Security Plus practice questions and answers. These questions are scenario-based and formatted to be similar to the ones asked on the CompTIA Security Plus exam. An administrator recently installed an IDs to help reduce the impact of security incidents. Which of the following best identifies the control type of an IDs? A. Detective. B. Physical. C. Deterrent. D. Preventive. The correct answer is A. Detective. An intrusion detection system, IDs, serves as a detective control, identifying malicious traffic once it has infiltrated a network. In contrast, a preventive control like an intrusion prevention system, IPS, blocks malicious traffic from entering the network. An IDs relies on technology rather than being a physical control. Deterrent controls aim to discourage threats, but since attackers are unaware of the presence of an IDs, it cannot deter attacks. Alan needs to send an email to his supervisor with an attachment that includes sensitive information. He wants to maintain the confidentiality of this information. Which of the following choices is the best choice to meet his needs? A. Digital signature. B. Hashing. C. Data masking. D. Encryption. The correct answer is D. Encryption. Encryption is the optimal method for ensuring the confidentiality of all types of information, including sensitive data. Digital signatures offer integrity, non-repudiation, and authentication. Data masking alters the original data, creating data that appears valid but is not genuine. Hashing ensures data integrity. A cybersecurity incident response team at a large company receives notification that malware is present on several corporate desktops. No known indicators of compromise have been found on the network. Which of the following should the team do first to secure the environment? A. Segment the core database server. B. Add the malware to the application block list. C. Contain the impacted hosts. D. Implement firewall rules to block outbound beaconing. The correct answer is C. Contain the impacted hosts. Containing the impacted hosts involves isolating or quarantining the compromised systems from the rest of the network to prevent the malware from spreading and causing further damage. Once containment is achieved, the incident response team can investigate the malware, analyze its behavior, and determine the appropriate remediation steps. This initial containment step is crucial to prevent the malware from spreading to other systems and compromising additional parts of the network during the investigation and response efforts. A security administrator manages 5 on-site APs. Each AP uses different channels on a 5 GHz network. The administrator notices that another access point with the same corporate SSID on an overlapping channel was created. Which of the following attacks most likely occurred? A. Evil twin. B. NFC attacks. C. Disassociation. D. A bluesnaffing. The correct answer is A. Evil twin. An evil twin attack is a type of cyber attack where a hacker sets up a fake Wi-Fi access point that mimics a legitimate network. Unsuspecting users connect to this malicious network, thinking it's the real one. Once connected, the hacker can intercept and steal sensitive data, such as login credentials and personal information. This attack is particularly effective in public places with free Wi-Fi, like coffee shops or airports, where users are less likely to observe the network they're joining. Bob, a data administrator, is configuring authentication for a SaaS application and would like to reduce the number of credentials employees need to maintain. The company prefers to use domain credentials to access new SaaS applications. Which of the following methods would allow this functionality? A. Leap. B. SSO. C. MFA. D. PEAP. The correct answer is B. SSO. Single sign-on, SSO, is a cybersecurity mechanism that allows users to authenticate once with their domain credentials and then access multiple applications and services without needing to re-enter their credentials. By integrating SaaS applications with SSO, employees can use their existing domain credentials to seamlessly access these applications, enhancing convenience and reducing the need to manage multiple sets of credentials. Your organization is planning to expand the data center to support more systems. Management wants the plan to focus on resiliency and uptime. Which of the following methods would best support these goals? Select 2. A. Cold site. B. UPS. C. Off-site backups. D. NIC teaming. The correct answers are B and D. An uninterruptible power supply, UPS, and network interface card NIC teaming bolster resiliency and uptime objectives. The UPS maintains system operation during power outages, while NIC teaming ensures automatic recovery if a NIC or its input fails. Resiliency strategies enable systems to self-heal and recover from faults autonomously. Conversely, a cold site cannot take over automatically and lacks speed. Off-site backups require manual retrieval and application, making them non-automatic. Which of the following would be best suited for constantly changing environments? A. Embedded systems. B. SCADA. C. RTOS. D. Containers. The correct answer is D. Containers. Containers excel in dynamic environments due to their ability to provide a consistent and isolated runtime for applications, independent of the underlying infrastructure. Their high portability and rapid deployment capabilities make them an ideal solution for environments where applications need frequent scaling, updates, or relocation. In contrast, real-time operating systems, RTOS, are tailored for predictable and deterministic tasks, while embedded systems and SCADA are more specialized and may not adapt as readily to rapidly changing conditions. Which of the following describes the exploitation of an interactive process to gain access to restricted areas? A. Privilege escalation. B. Farming. C. Persistence. D. Port scanning. The correct answer is A. Privilege escalation. Privilege escalation is a frequently employed method by attackers to enhance their level of access or control within a system. This usually involves exploiting a vulnerability or flaw in a process, application, or system to obtain higher-level privileges than those initially granted. Once an attacker achieves privilege escalation, they can potentially access restricted areas or execute actions that were previously unauthorized, thereby jeopardizing the system's security. Management within your organization has defined a use case to support the confidentiality of data stored in a database. Which of the following solutions will best meet this need? A. Encryption. B. Disk redundancies. C. Hashing. D. Patching. The correct answer is A. Encryption. Encryption is the optimal method for ensuring the confidentiality of any type of information, including data stored in databases. Hashing is useful for maintaining integrity. Disk redundancies enhance resilience and boost availability. Regularly patching systems improves both availability and reliability. A security analyst is assessing several company firewalls. Which of the following tools would the analyst most likely use to generate custom packets to use during the assessment? A. Netstat. B. Wireshark. C. PowerShell. D. Ping. The correct answer is D. Ping3 is a versatile network tool capable of sending custom ICMP, UDP, and TCP packets, and displaying target responses similar to how Ping shows ICMP replies. It supports fragmentation, arbitrary packet body and size, and can transfer files under supported protocols. With Ping3, you can test firewall rules, conduct spoofed port scans, evaluate network performance using various protocols, perform path MTU discovery, execute traceroute-like actions with different protocols, fingerprint remote operating systems, and audit TCP/IP stacks. Ping3 can be scripted using the TCL language. Which of the following is a cryptographic algorithm that will create a fixed-length output from a data file but cannot be used to recreate the original data file? A. IDs. B. AES. C. MD5. D. SIM. The correct answer is C. MD5. Message Digest 5, MD5, is a hashing algorithm that generates a fixed-length, irreversible output. Hashing algorithms are designed such that the original data file cannot be reconstructed from the hash alone. In contrast, the Advanced Encryption Standard, AES, is an encryption algorithm that allows the original data file to be recovered through decryption. An intrusion detection system, IDs, is a detective control, not a cryptographic algorithm. Meanwhile, a security information and event management, SIEM, system offers centralized logging capabilities. Robert manages network devices in his store and maintains copies of the configuration files for all the managed routers and switches. On a weekly basis, he creates hashes for these files and compares them with hashes he created on the same files the previous week. Which of the following use cases is he most likely supporting? A. Supporting confidentiality. B. Supporting encryption. C. Supporting integrity. D. Supporting availability. The correct answer is C. Supporting integrity. Robert is likely focusing on ensuring integrity. By checking that the hashes of the configuration files match, he confirms that the files have not been altered. Confidentiality is maintained through encryption, access controls, and steganography. Encryption, which does not use hashes, is a method for enforcing confidentiality. Availability ensures that systems are operational and accessible when required. A local business was the source of multiple instances of credit card theft. Investigators found that most payments at this business were made at self-service kiosks. Which of the following is the most likely cause of the exposed credit card information? A. Insider threat. B. Skimming. C. Backdoor. D. NFC attack. The correct answer is B. Skimming. Skimming refers to the illicit collection of credit card information by placing a skimming device on a legitimate card reader, such as those at self-service kiosks or ATMs. These devices covertly capture the magnetic stripe data or chip information from credit or debit cards used at the compromised terminals. The stolen data can then be exploited for fraudulent activities, such as unauthorized transactions or identity theft. Following a recent security breach, an analyst discovered that user permissions were added when joining another part of the organization but were not removed from existing groups. Which of the following policies would help to correct these problems in the future? A. Service accounts. B. Password complexity. C. Account audits. D. Lockout policy. The correct answer is C. Account audits. Account audits entail the periodic review and examination of user accounts, permissions, and group memberships to ensure they comply with organizational policies and requirements. Regular audits enable organizations to detect and rectify discrepancies, such as unauthorized or unnecessary permissions that may have been mistakenly assigned to users. This practice helps maintain proper access control and mitigates the risk of security breaches due to excessive or inappropriate permissions. An administrator needs to grant users access to different shares on file servers based on their job functions. Which of the following access control schemes would best meet this need? A. Discretionary access control. B. Role-based access control. C. Mandatory access control. D. Rule-based access control. The correct answer is B. The role-based access control, RBAC, scheme is ideal for assigning access based on job roles. In contrast, the discretionary access control, DAC, scheme specifies that every object has an owner and owners have full control over objects, but it doesn't consider job functions. The mandatory access control, MAC, scheme uses labels and a lattice structure to determine access, independent of job roles. Lastly, the rule-based access control, RBAC, scheme operates on rules that activate in response to specific events. Management within your organization has decided to implement a biometric solution for authentication into the data center. They have stated that the biometric system needs to be highly accurate. Which of the following provides the best indication of accuracy with a biometric system? A. The lowest possible FRR. B. The highest possible FAR. C. The highest possible CER. D. The lowest possible CER. The correct answer is D. A lower crossover error rate, CER, signifies a more accurate biometric system. The false acceptance rate, FAR, and false rejection rate, FRR, depend on the system's sensitivity and do not independently reflect accuracy. Conversely, a higher CER indicates a less accurate biometric system. Which of the following ensures an organization can continue to do business with minimal interruption in the event of a major disaster? A. Business recovery plan. B. Incident response plan. C. Continuity of operations plan. D. Communication plan. The correct answer is C. A continuity of operations plan, COOP, is created to guarantee that an organization's essential functions can persist during and after significant disasters or emergencies. It details the procedures and strategies for sustaining critical operations, services, and functions, even under difficult conditions. The primary goal of a COOP is to quickly resume essential business functions to minimize disruptions and ensure continuous service to customers, stakeholders, and the public. Which of the following tools is effective in preventing a user from accessing unauthorized removable media? A. Proximity reader. B. Faraday cage. C. USB data blocker. D. Cable lock. The correct answer is C. A USB data blocker, also referred to as a USB data isolator, is a hardware device that prevents data transfer between a USB port and a USB device while still permitting power to pass through. It is typically used to safeguard against potential threats from public charging stations or untrusted USB ports, where unauthorized data transfer or malware infection might occur. By using a USB data blocker, users can safely charge their devices without the risk of data theft or unauthorized access to their removable media. Joe, a security analyst, is reviewing application logs to determine the source of a breach and locates the following log. Which of the following has been observed? A. SQLI. B. API attack. C. DLL injection. DXSS. The correct answer is A. SQL injection is a cyber attack where malicious code is inserted into a database via a vulnerable web application. This code is usually intended to manipulate or extract data, granting the attacker unauthorized access to sensitive information. The log mentioned in the question seems to be a URL for a login page with an appended text string. This string includes or1 equals 1. A common syntax in SQL injection attacks, suggesting that an SQL injection attempt may have been made or successfully executed against the website. Your organization's security policy requires that confidential data transferred over the internal network must be encrypted. Which of the following protocols would best meet this requirement? A. SSH, B. FTP, C. SNMPv3, D. SRTP. The correct answer is A. Secure Shell, SSH, can be used to encrypt confidential data during network transmission. Secure File Transfer Protocol, SFTP, leverages SSH to encrypt File Transfer Protocol, FTP, traffic, whereas FTP itself is unencrypted. Simple Network Management Protocol version 3, SNMPv3, is utilized for monitoring and managing network devices, not for data transmission. Secure Real-Time Transport Protocol, SRTP, offers encryption, message authentication, and integrity for voice and video communications, but not for all types of data.